A former Sarasota County deputy is on trial after investigators say he murdered or tried to murder an 80-year-old woman. Prosecutors say Frank Bybee befriended the woman after she called deputies for help. 10 News reporter Isabel Mascareñas was in court as that woman took the stand. She told jurors how Bybee took over her life, took her money, even took her dog before trying to kill her.
Because he was taking over my life. When I would ask him not to do something, he would do it anyhow.
80-year-old Marcia Soul is talking about former Sarasota Sheriff Deputy Frank Bybee, charged with 18 felonies, including kidnapping, burglary, and attempted murder.
He put his hands on my face like this and like this. And I kept moving around trying to get away and kept waiting to see the white light that you're supposed to see before you die.
Soul told jurors she fought back when Bybee pushed prescription pills in her mouth, then tried to smother her with a pillow.
And I started saying, "Oh, Frank, please, please stop, go away, don't hurt me anymore."
Soul says the alleged assault happened in January, 3 months after she and Bybee became friends. The two met in October when Bybee responded to her home on an attempted suicide call. Soul was Baker-acted.
He would look in on me, call me, etc., as a nice person would do.
Soul says she paid Bybee to do repair jobs at her home, but not all were done. The relationship quickly grew sour. By December, Soul reported Bybee to the sheriff's office for harassment. Investigators say Bybee made 7 withdrawals from Soul's bank account.
Did you ever give your PIN number or your ATM card or your credit cards to Mr. Bybee?
No.
Bybee is also accused of writing $65,000 in checks and falsifying emails as Soul.
No, I didn't do this. It's not my wording.
In opening statements, the state told jurors this is a case about greed by a law enforcement officer.
And instead, he twisted, bent, and broke the law.
The defense says the victim is the one who's twisting the truth, describes
that Miss Soul, when asked about an event, will give you multiple versions.
In Sarasota, Isabel Mascareñas, 10 News.
More on the trial of the corrupt Sarasota cop that tried to kill an elderly lady. Focus on woman's injuries, mental condition. Neighbor and deputies recount what they saw at the accuser's home. By Carlos R. Munoz. Carlos.Munoz at HeraldTribune.com. Sarasota witnesses for the prosecution gave conflicting testimony about an elderly woman's injuries Thursday, during the second day of the attempted murder trial of former Sarasota County Sheriff's Deputy Frank Eugene Bybee. Witnesses included the 80-year-old alleged victim, forensic analysts, a neighbor, and 3 sheriff's office sergeants who responded to the scene. Bybee, 46, is charged with 18 felonies, including attempted murder, exploitation of the elderly, burglary, theft and kidnapping. Alleged crimes took place between October 21, 2016, and January 12. He faces a maximum sentence of life in prison if he is convicted of first-degree attempted murder. Ronald Kerpiers, the defense attorney for Bybee, finished his cross-examination of the woman, who was abrasive and uncooperative during the defense lawyer's questioning. She was cautioned by Judge Donald H. Mason to wait until Kerpiers had completed his question before answering and not to add her own commentary. The Herald Tribune will not name or publish photos of the woman in keeping with the newspaper's policy on identifying crime victims. The small, frail woman testified from her wheelchair in front of the witness stand. She acknowledged she had forgotten parts of previous interviews with detectives, but said it wasn't uncommon for people to forget things over time. The defense had said Wednesday in opening statements that the woman was untrustworthy. Assistant State Attorney Karen Freiwillig, the lead prosecutor for the state, rebuffed Kerpiers' untrustworthy claim, saying Bybee abused his power as an authority figure to exploit the woman, who was 79 years old when the crimes were committed. The woman testified for almost 5 hours over 2 days. COPWATCH asked her if she took 70 pills a week. She said she did not know because someone else sets them up. COPWATCH asked about her ability to remember things, to which the woman replied that she could do just fine. COPWATCH asked if she often gave people money. Only if she felt they really needed it, she said, because she was blessed to be in a good position in life. The woman acknowledged she has given people her debit card to withdraw money, but claimed she never gave it to Bybee. When asked about the night Bybee came over to her home January 9, the woman said Bybee came over to kill me, something she repeated often when Bybee's name was mentioned. Freiwillig asked the retired teacher whether her memory was bad, to which she replied, "I don't think so." When the redirect by the state ended, the judge told the woman, who complained of pain after her lengthy testimony, that she did not have to return. "Thank God," she said. Sheriff Sergeant Jonathan Allen, who was called to the stand next, testified that he was sent to the woman's home for a possible Baker Act and involuntary commitment of a person with mental health issues. Allen said the woman was wearing a blue housecoat, and that she had a cut lip and a small amount of blood on her chin. Allen testified that the woman told him Bybee choked her, and that she mentioned Bybee was wearing blue gloves and used his knee to restrain her. Allen said he did not investigate the woman's pelvic region where she said Bybee placed his knee to hold her down. Allen and other deputies at the scene were eventually relieved, but Allen said he did not inform his relief about the woman's claim that Bybee had tried to kill her. They were aware of the situation, he told Freiwillig. Allen also said he believed that the crime scene looked staged. Allen said the woman's neighbor showed him an email that said the woman was suffering from mental health issues. The email, which the woman strongly denies writing or sending, said that she was going to take her own life and that the neighbor was the meanest friend I ever had. Allen called EMTs to the scene to examine the woman. He saw the EMTs enter and leave within about 5 minutes. Neighbor Sheila Stiles, a licensed clinical social worker and trauma specialist, said she encountered the woman as she left for work January 9. Stiles said she noticed bruising around the woman's mouth, swelling, and blood on her nightgown as she stood 3 feet away in their shared driveway at the condos. Stiles said she and the woman did not have a close relationship. Deputy Michael Day, who was sent to the woman's home the day Bybee allegedly attacked her, said he told Bybee that the woman had mentioned him. "I was informing him that she was mentioning his name," Day said. He, Bybee, said, "Yeah, I'm dealing with her." Day said at least twice he did not know Bybee was under an internal affairs investigation regarding the woman. Sergeant Gerardo Cirillo testified that he responded to a vehicle fire near the woman's residence the night of the attack, which the woman claimed kept Bybee from leaving her home. Sergeant Richard Riley, who conducted Bybee's internal affairs probe, said he opened an investigation because he was concerned that Bybee received money from a woman he had committed under the Baker Act, which violated Sheriff's Office policy. She said he, Bybee, had become too controlling and involved in her everyday life and wanted it to stop, Riley said of the complaint he received December 21. Riley also collected text message exchanged between Bybee and the woman from her mobile phone, including one that said she needed Bybee to be done away with. A sheriff's office digital investigations team downloaded the messages to a database. Sergeant Adam Kasey testified that he gathered surveillance videos that showed Bybee withdrawing money from the woman's accounts. The trial will resume this morning, and is expected to go into next week. Sarasota County Sheriff Sergeant Jonathan Allen testified in the attempted murder trial of former Deputy Frank Bybee. Allen said he was sent to the alleged victim's home for a possible Baker Act and involuntary commitment of a person with mental health issues. Herald Tribune staff photo / Carlos R. Munoz.
Hey Charlotte County, this is Charlotte County COPWATCH, and I'd like to thank you for all your years of support through the years. As a result, this channel has grown and allowed me an equity partnership in carmarshal.com. Please take the time to check them out. They help you buy and sell your next car, even have a negotiating tool to save you from the hassle of haggling with multiple dealers. The link is in the description below. Please click and help support and give if you can too through PayPal or Patreon. Thanks again.